So there's double bits, and then there's also cruisers. So the difference between a cruiser and a double bit, a lot of people think just any smaller double bit is a cruiser. I have a bit differing opinion. I think it's a little bit more specific than that, because plenty of people, especially on eBay, call any double bit or worn down double bit a cruiser, and I think that's just not the case. In my specific opinion, from what I've read, a cruiser is designed to be a smaller axe head, double bit axe head that's used for cruising timber. So some of the examples I have here, these three on the bottom here are cruisers. This one's shown this in some of my other videos, but it's my True Temper, Kelly Works Flint Edge, and it is stamped, 2-2, so 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. The second two isn't a measure in ounces; it's a measure in quarter pounds. So 2 2/4 of a pound, so half a pound. And then I've got my Collins here. This one's on the original handle. You can kind of faintly see, maybe. And this one was also stamped 2, and Collins actually stamps the, a lot of times they didn't use the quarter pound numeric. It was 2 1/2 pounds. So that's also a cruiser. And then I recently picked up this Plum, which does not have any kind of weight stamp on it. So that begs the question is, how do I know this is actually a cruiser head and not just a worn down double bit? I think the easiest way to tell when there isn't a weight stamp, if there's a weight stamp saying it's 2.2 or 2.5, yep, 100% it's a cruiser. If it's a double bit, if it's 2.5 pounds or so and it's a single bit, that would be a boy's axe, or pulpwood axe, half axe, 3/4 axe, whatever you want to call it. We got a bunch of different names, but for double bits, I think the easiest way to tell is to measure the eye. So for cruisers, your eye should measure, roughly 2 1/4 inches. You can see there, 2 1/4 inches. All these measure, roughly 2 1/4 inches. So if you compare, this is an American Axe double bit. If you hold it over this one, you can see the footprint of them is really not that much different. And that's because this one here is a worn down double bit. The weight stamping on here is 3. 3. So that would be 3 3/4 pounds. And you can see the eye on it is significantly larger than that of the Plum. So, see that measures. I believe in full-size double bits, there's a larger variability of the size of the eye, but this is roughly 3 inches. Maybe just a hair over. So, but you see, just looking at it, compared to 2.5 pound, it's almost the same size. But it's because those bits are so ground down and worn down. When you look at it from the top profile, those bits are so much thicker and stubbier. You can see here I've got a house handles, Cruiser Axe handle, and right on the label they do specify, Cruiser Axe, then the eye size, 2 1/4. So I think that's a dead giveaway. I know a lot of posters or sellers on eBay. Anything that's like smaller or slightly less in weight. There's some stuff that's not even that small in weight or light in weight. They call them cruisers, and it's just, you know, that's not the case. So be informed of what you're buying. If the seller doesn't specify the weight and doesn't specify the eye size, and you don't get a picture of, you know, that weight stamp on the head, I would reach out and ask, ask them to measure the eye, ask them to kind of give you that measurement so you can be sure of what you're buying. Unless it's a good enough deal where you don't care, but yeah, just figure that might help some of you who are looking to get a cruiser, but you know, can't really see it or hold it in person, or if you see it and hold it in person, but you don't know because there's not a weight stamp. You know, when I go around flea markets and you know, garage sailing, I usually carry one of these small tape measures with me, just so I can take some, you know, easy measurements like that. So I come across it, I eyeball it, it's like, yeah, that looks smaller, but I just want to be sure. Hold it up. Yep, 2 1/4. I know that one for sure is a cruiser. So hopefully that tip helps you. If you guys have any other easy ways of telling or identifying cruisers, let me know. But I think that's one of the most foolproof ways. As far as I know, none of the makers that manufactured cruisers manufactured them with a full-size eye but a lower weight. Maybe they're out there, and if so, you know, comment and let me know. Thanks, everyone.